Hi, Jason Goodall, GQ Barbecue. I've been back from Mexico now for a couple of days. My buzz is long gone. My suntan, well, that's all but gone as well too. But that's okay because we got a gorgeous day today here in Denver. The sun is shining. We're going to be outside. We're going to fire up the grill and cook some spectacular flank steaks. These steaks are going to be cooked to absolute perfection. Yeah. And we're going to give them a kiss of teriyaki right at the end. I'm also going to use a technique that's really going to bring out the flavor of these flank steaks. It's called Dry Brine. If you've never seen this before, you're not going to want to miss it. Stick around. All right, so I got two absolutely gorgeous flank steaks right in front of me. What you want to look for in the supermarket when looking for a flank steak is try to find these threads of fat throughout the meat. You'll find, if you really look at close up, you'll find there's a difference between the different cuts. And the cuts that have more fat that you can visibly see are more desirable than the ones that don't. All right, so we got two absolutely gorgeous flank steaks here. And a technique called dry brining or pre-salting about 90 minutes prior to going on the grill is going to give you guys a much more flavorful, more moist piece of meat. What happens is the salt starts working immediately into the meat, denaturing the proteins. And once it starts denaturing the proteins, it allows it to retain its moisture during the cooking process. And also salt, as it gets down into the meat, just is a flavor enhancer, so it enhances the natural flavor of the beef as well. So, in order to do this, I like to use kosher salt. Kosher salt is very important. It dissolves a lot better than sea salt. Sea salt I'll use at the end of the cooking process, but before the cooking process, the dry brine, I always use kosher salt. I take a coarse grind kosher salt and I kind of mash it together to make a fine texture, and then I sprinkle it over the flank steaks. After that, I put it in the refrigerator and let it just sit and do its magic for about 90 minutes, and then it's going to hit the grill and we're going to get some awesome flank steaks. There she is. Ain't she purty? Getting ready for the grill. That salt is going to work its way down into the meat and make that beef the most flavorful, tasty beef you've ever tried. If you've not tried this technique before, give it a shot and let me know what you think. In 90 minutes, these guys are going to be ready for the grill. So the fire is going. I got some lump charcoal in the egg today. I'm going to get it as hot as I possibly can before I put the steaks on. And then right before I put the steaks on, I'm going to drop 2 chunks of hickory in an attempt to try to get some hickory flavor into the meat. Another little trick you can do is you can get your grate as close to the fire as possible. This is going to ensure that the meat cooks at the highest temperature. So my grill is finally ready for the steaks. This thing is piping hot. I just threw the hickory chunks on there and I can't wait to get these guys on and get them to sizzle. So I'm out here cooking. We got a lot of things going on out here. We got dogs barking, we got neighbors jumping next door on their trampoline. I got the twins running around over here. So it's gonna be a little bit loud, but these flank steaks look great. Take a look here. Oh yeah, they're coming along nicely. So I want to give you guys a little just background information on how I'm going to approach this. I'm going to be flipping these things constantly. It's very important to me to get medium rare, bumper to bumper in the entire steak. I'm not looking for just one pink line going across. I want 80% of my steak to be medium rare. So this is an active grill for me. I'm going to be flipping these things constantly to ensure that I get a nice golden brown crust without burning it, but then also not overcooking the side so that I lose my medium rareness except for the middle of the piece of meat. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'll do a meat science video probably later on in the year. Okay, these guys are about 20 degrees away from my desired doneness, so I'm going to start basting them with some teriyaki sauce. It's Soy Vay teriyaki. Bumper to bumper, medium rare. Yeah.
Now for my favorite part, the taste test. Beefy, slight hint of teriyaki that complements the awesome flavor of beef. Absolutely delicious. The tenderness is spot on. If you recall seeing it in the video, we had nice 80% bumper to bumper, medium rare, which is exactly what you get when you use that constant flipping technique. It doesn't allow the meat to keep cooking all the way through to the center of the meat. You want to get it to where it just kind of cooks the outside. You want to flip it over to the other side. And that's how it slowly works its way into the middle on one of those hot and fast grills, yet at the same time getting you that very crispy outer crust, which is where all the flavor is. Absolute wonderful flank steak. Try that dry brine, that pre-salt technique. If you've got a favorite recipe for flank steak, I'd love to hear about it. One of the things I love so much about flank steak is it's so versatile. We could have used that on fajitas tonight. We could have used that in a salad. We ate it straight up on a plate with some potatoes and some vegetables. But it's a wonderful piece of meat. Other than brisket, it's probably the best value out there. But if you don't have all day to cook, it's by far the best value when done right. And what I just showed you just now is an excellent way to do flank steak. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you're not already a subscriber, smash down on that subscription button and you won't miss any of my videos. I'm going to be putting out a new video every single week. We're going to be outside on the smoker. I can't wait to give you something great next week. Until then, check out one of my other videos over here. If you're looking for a really great chili recipe, Margaret Nadeau won the national championship not once, but twice with her Red Sahara chili recipe. Check that out. And if you're a fan of bourbon like I am, you're going to want to know what's the best bourbon out there. This is my #1 bourbon. Take a look at that too. Until next time, Jason Goodall, GQ Barbecue.